Good morning, everyone. It's your host, Bear Evans, and if you're wondering why my background looks different, I'm at my Sweepstakes Internet Cafe over here in Elmendorf in Sandy Oaks, Texas. So if you're in San Antonio, Elmendorf, Pleasanton, Poteet, stop on by and have the best time of your lives, guys. I'm going to go ahead and drop a little QR code down at the corner here with the address. You can look it up. You can look at our Facebook page, our Google Maps page, and get directions. So let's get back to the video. Today, we're going to be talking about Jamal Hill's reaction to his loss to UFC 300. After I play this, I want y'all to hear this first before I give my thoughts and opinions. That way you can kind of formulate your own ideas and drop them down below in the comments. I love the community y'all are making. So let's go ahead and click play.
I've seen some of the controversy, people speaking on the stoppage and things like that with Herb after I kicked Alex in the hip and it appeared to be a low blow. Just protect yourself at all times, you know. Just protect yourself at all times and pay attention and stay focused at all times. I took no damage. He's able to land some shots and kind of throw my equilibrium off on the other side, but I was coherent the whole time throughout and through for the most part. We moving forward. I'm gonna put it on this next guy, Khalil Roundtree.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. So, a few things I want to break down. The first thing he complains about is the ref, guys. If y'all didn't watch the fight, this is a great place, a great channel kind of watch the breakdown. And if you did watch the fight, I'm going to go ahead and replay a few other moments. If you watched it live, guys, what a joy it was to watch UFC 300 live. It was absolutely amazing. So, what he's complaining about is Alex Pereira got a low blow from Jamal Hill, and the ref came and was like, hey, you know, you got kicked in the nuts. Let's go ahead and stop the fight. And freaking Alex with a stone cold face is like, go away. And he never lost eye connection with Jamal Hill. When I play these videos, I'm going to play two videos first talking about how, you know, Jamal Hill's blaming it on the ref for stopping it and then letting him continue to fight. I saw there was plenty of time after Pereira pushed off the ref. There was plenty of time. Jamal Hill never lost eyesight with Alex Pereira. He stayed in it. He even threw an overhand. He threw a two. Let me know what y'all think, but I don't think it threw off his timing or anything. So I'm going to play two videos talking about or showing the time elapsed between Pereira pushing off the referee or waving him off and the knockout, and then I'm going to show you a video addressing him not getting knocked out. So let's go ahead and play this first one. I'm going to pause that right there, guys. So, obviously, he gets a low blow. The ref's like, hey, Herb's like, hey, you good, Pereira? You know, let's go ahead and stop the fight. And he's like, no. Never lost eye contact. It's like a freaking a mercenary assassin. He has one job. But to me, Jamal Hill's eyes never left Alex either. Also, when the fight happened again, you know, Jamal's resetting. He throws a two, and then Alex counters, and that's initially what knocked him out. And I am using the word knockout, not dazed, and I'll show you why in the next, not in this video, but the video after. Let's watch one more angle. It's a different angle, ringside, of the fight, or knockout. Stop. I'm going to leave it at there. What do you guys think? Do you think that Herb Dean, you know, tried getting into the fight, pausing it, and then he, he proactively stopped it too soon? Or do you think that was just enough time? Because to me, what I saw is Herb Dean said, hey, Pereira, you good? Let's go ahead and call it. And Pereira's like, nah, I'm good. And they went ahead and continued to fight. Jamal Hill reset. He even threw a two, got countered, got knocked out. Now, yes, is he fighting Roundtree UFC 303? And I believe that's June 29th. Absolutely, that is what he's doing. He said that he took no brain damage. He wasn't knocked out. He was just dazed. Guys, if you saw this live, comment down below. It's the second thing I want you to comment. Did you see Alex Pereira's soul leave Jamal Hill's soul, I'm so sorry, Alex. Did you see Jamal Hill's soul leaving his body when Pereira first landed that counter, okay? This is a video, it's kind of a cut-up video from a short, but you can see his eyes a little bit. But man, if you saw this live or once UFC drops that fight again, watch Hill's eyes. His body leaves his soul. Let's go ahead and click play. No, guys, he didn't get knocked out. He wasn't dazed. No brain injury. Yes, Jamal Hill, I hate to break it to you. You got knocked out. As you were falling down, Jamal Hill landed, Pereira, I don't know why I keep mixing them up. Pereira kept landing ground strikes on you, brought you back to consciousness, took you back out of there. Dude, you got so much brain damage. You were concussed, man, but he got knocked out, and I thought that was pretty funny. A few things I want to go over. The first one is going to be Herb Dean. There was a lot of controversial with this, and John McCarthy goes ahead and speaks about it. If you don't know who John McCarthy is, he's a very respected man in the fighting game, in not only Bellator and in UFC. He's a judge, okay? So let's go ahead and see him kind of defending Herb Dean.
Tweeted, "It is inherently bad for the sport and unbelievably embarrassing to hear people who supposedly know the sport of MMA smear the actions of Herb Dean as if he was responsible for the knockout of Jamal Hill at UFC 300. Let's make this as clear as possible for everyone. Herb was perfect in the actions he took in allowing Alex Pereira to call off the timeout for the kick to the groin he took and then keep the action of the fight in motion."
Okay, guys, I'm just showing that little clip because that's all you need to get the gist of it. If my man, Big John McCartney, is over here saying it's good, I think it's good too. Watching that fight, it's not like Herb Dean's like, hey, guys, stop the fight, low blow, and then they're all like, oh, what's going on? And then Alex hits him. No. Low blow, Alex has stopped the fight. No, we're good. We've stayed locking eye contact. Jamal Hill resets, throws a 2, gets countered, guys. And that, to me, is the end of that. He is fighting Khalil Roundtree. It's crazy how fast he's having, his next fight, right? I think he needs to take time and all that, but there's a narrative he's not getting knocked out. One thing you did not see, yes, I have to hold my lap mic because it sounds terrible if it's on my shirt, just trust me. One thing you guys did not see, though, in that interview of Jamal Hill, I think it was with Ariel Helwani, Jamal Hill was talking about he was landing, the outside calf kicks, he was landing body shots. If you don't know what a leg, like checking a kick is, I don't know why I can't talk today. So, whenever you see, let's see, like Pereira, I'm wearing really short shorts right now, but he stands up straight, right? So anytime you see them do this, I guess outside league leg, so he's doing this. Once he's doing this, so when he throws a kick, Jamal Hill throws a kick, Alex Pereira checks it. So by doing this, you're making it shin on shin, right? Or bone or shin to knee, right? So now what you're trying to do is when you do an outside calf kick is hit the real meaty part of their leg right here, and it really freaking hurts if you've never had it done. So when you check it and you bring your knee out, now that person's shin is hitting bone. Either it's going to be somewhere on your shin or on your knee, and it really hurts. It's equivalent to getting striked, right? I think they should count that. Oh my gosh, he checked the kick. So to me, none of Jamal Hill's kicks landed, and the body shots, if you rewatch the fight, Pereira's real tall, right? It's almost like a Sean Strickland. He doesn't do a Philly show or anything, but his defense. So anytime he threw a body shot, he's blocking everything. And what I'm trying to get at is Alex Pereira's defense was incredible on UFC 300. Rewatch that fight, guys. Tell me what you think. Did you notice that every kick was checked, every body shot had an answer for, was blocked or defected, and he was just rolling with the shots? I love Alex Pereira. Just stand up squared. He just has great reflexes. He's a 2-time Glory Division kickboxing champion. Absolutely a GOAT. So with that being said, the next thing I want to go ahead and talk about, guys, and drop your comments down below. What do you think about this commentary so far? Do you think Jamal Hill got knocked out? Do you think he was concussed? Do you think he got brain injury? Absolutely 100% on my end. Drop your comments down below. I love hearing different opinions. So now, what is next for Alex Pereira, right? So Alex Pereira, he's been calling out Tom Aspinall. He's basically beat everyone in the top 5. Tom Aspinall's heavyweight, but for light heavyweight, he's beaten everyone except for Rakic, but that was Yuri Prochazka beat him. That doesn't matter. The only one left is Magomed ANKALAEV. So ANKALAEV went ahead and put a tweet out calling out Alex. Let's see. Alex versus me, Abu Dhabi. Congratulations. I will stop in the first round by knockout. Dana White, Mickey Minyard. The man doesn't have a chin. So ANKALAEV's over here calling him out. Pereira, we know he wanted a fast turnaround time. He couldn't do UFC 301 due to 2 broken toes. But he went ahead and responded to this. As you know, Abu Dhabi would be later in the year, just letting for all the non-hardcore UFC fight fans know about. Alex Pereira's response was, I don't want to fight at the end of the year. I want to fight sooner, so maybe that shows he won't be ready. I don't know why he said that. This guy is complicated. If I have to fight there in Abu Dhabi, I will. But if it's not a date I want, then it's not best for me. I can say no. So Alex Pereira went ahead and completely rejected that offer. He wants to fight right now. And guys, he made a really good point. What do you think of ANKALAEV wanting to fight so much later on the year in Abu Dhabi versus right now? Does he need time to prepare? Is Alex Pereira right? Now, ANKALAEV is also saying that Pereira doesn't have a chin. That's 50-50 true. He does get hurt, you know, like we said, he likes to stand up nice and straight. His chin is out. But the thing is his hands are erasers. I cannot wait to see that fight. Alex, though, he doesn't have any like offensive ground game that we've seen. Most of it is kind of defense and then just trying to get up and not getting damaged while he's, you know, while someone has a full mount on him and he's underneath them. But it'll be interesting to see to fight ANKALAEV. I think it's going to be the best grappler he's had to fight to date. ANKALAEV is an absolute monster. Who do you think wins? Do you think Alex Pereira shocks the world again? Or do you think ANKALAEV comes in and puts this man to sleep in the first round like he claims? Drop your comments down below, guys. And the last thing I want to talk about, our boy Aljamain Sterling, man, being a clown. Let's go ahead. Man, he's really fallen from the graces since that, since Peter Yan, you know, freaking kneed him in the head while his hands were on the ground, puts him to a different dimension. Aljamain wins the belt, and ever since then, he just really has not gotten the respect he so desperately wants and needs. So let's go ahead and play Aljamain Sterling real quick.
The two fighters in the discussion appear to be Brian Ortega and Movsar Evloev. Sterling pointed out the threat that Ortega poses once the fight hits the ground.
Both of these fights are a grappler's delight. If I were to fight Ortega, he's a guy, if you take him down, he ain't going to hang out on his back. He's looking for triangles. He's looking for arm bars off of his back. He's looking for Kimuras. He's looking for up and over sweeps, umpas. He's looking to jump guillotines. He's doing it all. Flying triangles. He does it all.
Sterling explained how he sees his skill set matching up with that of number 5 ranked Evloev.
You got Movsar Evloev, mostly just grappling, gets to that Dagestani position that they're mostly known for, where they get behind you, they kind of just lock their hands and hang out there. But if they get to triangle your legs and beat you up, then they take advantage and they grind you down until you're like nothing. Very tough matchups, both of them. I think that my wrestling would easily go toe-to-toe with Evloev. Easily. I don't think there's any difference in how good his wrestling is compared to mine. That's just my honest assessment. That would be a head-to-head fight where it's just whoever gets the takedown first. It might even end up just being like, you know what? We don't want to, either one of us doesn't want to exert too much energy into grappling. Maybe Evloev and I just end up standing up.
The former bantamweight champion stated that he would prefer to fight number 3 ranked Ortega and feels a victory in that fight would propel him to a title shot.
Give me Brian Ortega. He's the highest ranked guy. I beat him. I think it puts me automatically in a position where I get to fight for a title. Like, obviously, if I had put away Calvin Kattar, I think my name would have been tossed in the hat for a potential title challenger, just because the things are just so unclear right now. The only other guy but who hasn't fought in so long and then avenged his loss to Yair Rodriguez is Brian Ortega. So I say, give me the next best guy, because the way I like to do things, I like to show that things should be earned in life and not given.
So guys, with that, you know, one thing I think would be an interesting matchup for Sterling would be Brian Ortega. I'd love to see him fight Brian Ortega, see how he is with someone who's predominantly a striker as well too. Obviously, Ortega has a mean ground game, but I would love to see that fight. I didn't put this whole thing in there because I don't want y'all listening to my commentary, but another thing Aljamain Sterling said is he said his UFC 300 fight versus Qatar was the most dominant performance during the whole UFC 300 card. And you know what? Maybe he had the most dominating wrestling positions, but guess what? It was the boringest fight in the UFC 300 card. If y'all watch UFC 300, drop your comments down below. When was the only time y'all did not pay attention to a UFC 300 fight from the early prelims all the way to the Pereira versus Hill? For me, the only time my eyes turned off the TV and that were not like physically glued, like melting onto the TV, was going to be Aljamain Sterling's fight. And it was the most boring fight. I made it through the first round. By the second round, I'm like, you know what? I normally wait for, commercial breaks to make me an espresso martini. I think it's time for an espresso martini right now. So went to the restroom, did my thing, messed around with my son, played with him, and during that fight, because it was so boring. And so I think it's so funny that, he's talking for title fights and all this. There's all this uncertainty, man. You have Ortega right now. You have Max Holloway. You have a lot of things happening right now. There's obviously the Volkanovski rematch, too, whenever he's ready. So Aljamain's really trying to get himself up there. But the issue is, guys, he's just not exciting enough. If Aljamain Sterling and basically anyone, maybe not Brian Ortega, but it's just like Aljamain Sterling versus anyone except freaking Ilia Topuria, because I'd love to see that fight, and maybe a Sean O'Malley rematch. It's not going to make sales. There's no interest. So to me, Aljamain Sterling really needs to work on his striking, and then also, more dominant. Yes, he has dominant positions when it comes to grappling. Absolutely. He's the human backpack, but great with body triangles. But let's try to get more, finishes quicker. And then also with the striking, let's work on that more, make it less funky and make it more cleaner. And then you can be the crisp master instead of the funk master. So speaking about his dominant fight, Daniel Cormier chimed in, and I think it was with Anthony Bisping. I don't know. Anthony Smith, I am so sorry. But this is what Daniel Cormier said. I don't think we've seen one takedown attempt in 3 BMF title fights. Nobody's wrestling. You want me to tell you who I think should be in the next BMF fight? Aljamain Sterling. If anyone's a BMF, they could do what Aljo did at UFC 300. You go up a weight class, you dominate somebody in the grappling like that, that's a BMF. Guys, I am going to vehemently, wholeheartedly disagree with that. Aljamain Sterling is not a BMF. He became the champion from an illegal head kick. Then he started, parading the belt around after the whole crying thing. He won to a boring decision with Jan. It was impressive. But besides that, it's like, what has he done? You know what I mean? Where have you been like, oh my gosh, wow, And the thing is, a BMF, man, part of it, Max Holloway, meet me right here, Gaethje, Poirier, Nate Diaz, Masvidal, these guys are going to... Why they're so exciting, too, is a lot of them, like Nate Diaz obviously has grappling, you know what I mean? Justin Gaethje is obviously a wrestler, but these guys, they know it's more exciting to walk in the middle, do the man dance, and that's what makes an exciting fight. That's what gets people to buy your pay-per-views. That's what gets bonuses, right? Like, if we wanted to see just wrestling, we'd go watch a fucking wrestling tournament, but this is UFC, right? And not only is it the best fighters, it's the most entertaining fighters, and if you're not entertaining, we don't want to watch you. And to me, grappling doesn't now automatically mean an automatic win over a striker. Think about anyone from the Dagestani camps and shit like that. Obviously, in that scenario, I'm going to go 100% yes. But, with Sterling getting knocked out by Sean O'Malley, Volkanovski with Topuria, and I'm not saying, Volkanovski's this huge grappler. I'm just saying he has grappling, you know what I mean? And it's just with heavy strikers, I think it's kind of their time to shine right now. And I don't see Aljamain Sterling at all for the title fight. For the BMF title fight. I know Dana White would never let Aljamain fight for the BMF. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody would buy it. It would be so freaking boring. And I think it was Anthony Smith that said the BMF would be a boring motherfucker. And I don't like using the F word anymore because my son's 2 years old and he's repeating everything I said. It used to be my favorite word, but also I have to edit out of these videos. But with all that being said, guys, drop your comments down below. What do you think? What all did we even talk about today? Jamahal Hill, did he get knocked out? Did he have brain damage, or was it fine? He just got hit a little bit and the referee called it early. Secondly, do you think Jamahal Hill, was it unfair that Herb Dean continued on to the fight, or do you think it's a fight, let them fight, and they both were locked on the same time like I do? And then the last thing I want to go ahead and ask, Aljamain Sterling, do you think that, he's ever going to get a BMF shot or a title shot? I just think that his time, if he doesn't get something exciting and an exciting win in his next fight, he's probably going to get released from the UFC or just be a prelim fighter forever. And the last thing, Pereira versus ANKALAEV, guys. Who wins? I'd be so excited for that fight. I want it to happen right now, guys. Drop your comments down below. Who do you think's going to win, guys? And I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support. I cannot believe how this channel is taking off. To me, taking off is getting over 100 to 3,000 views on every single video, and it just feels really good, guys. Thank you for all the support. I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace.